So you found a photograph of a relative in a drawer or in an album who's been in the RAOB, in this case the RAOB GLE, and he has a lot of jewels on. You might be calling them medals, but that's not a problem. You might be calling them medals, but anyway. And I'll show you what I mean. So this chap here, as you can see, he's got quite a few jewels there. He's also got a sash on, which happens to say PGP on it, which is the subject of this thing. What is a PGP? If you found the jewel, you might be wondering, what does it mean, served as a PGP? Anyway, he has a PGP jewel, by the way, because it says on his sash that he is, and it's there. Now the older ones seem to have a different bar than the one I'm gonna show you, but the main bit at the bottom is the same. But we'll get to that. Well, let's start. What is a PGP? Well, the PGP is the Provincial Grand Primaire. That's the brother in charge of the province for a year. Usually the previous year's deputy, but not guaranteed, for one reason or another. Now, first of all, we have here a deputy. Just one moment, the dog is deciding to wobble the camera. Are we done? A deputy Provincial Grand Primaire's jewel. Now, I don't know when they introduced these, but they did stop doing them. So, do you want to make this? Don't look at me like that. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, this is a deputy's jewel, and obviously it would be distinctive. Now, I haven't seen any old photographs with these in, so I don't know when they started them, but I do know they ended them. This one has the province name written here. It might just be able to make it out. It's got something written on it. It says Aylesbury, in case you're wondering. On the back of that is, of course, the brother's name, the year that he served as a deputy provincial Grand Primaire. It's got, if we can get it close, I don't want a little bit of focus on it, but it says Deputy Provincial Grand Primaire on the top there. Anyway, so that's the deputy. Now the main one that you're more likely to see in a photograph, although like I said, the bars are different. It seems to be more. These look very, what would you say, 1930s, 1920s. Although that's not how old this is. The ones from the actual 20s and 30s in these photographs seem to have a different style here. It's a little bit more like that. That is what you're looking for, though. That part. If you have a photograph, you're looking for a jewel of that kind, because presumably, if they're not wearing the sash and they're just wearing a whole bunch of jewels, then you get a magnifying glass if it's a reasonable enough photograph, and you're looking for something this shape. That's the easiest way to identify some of these jewels, is by the shape in these photographs. And it says, anyway, on this, and I don't think this camera's really getting it, is it, properly? Anyway, I'm trying to get the... Anyway, it says PGP at the top. It says the year that there. You might not be able to make that out on a photograph. This one's 1989. And then around the edge here, it says the name of the province, or the PGL. In this case, it's Bath, if you can read that, which you might be able to. On the back again is the name of the brother, the year he's served as Provincial Grand Primaire. Both of these also have the number, the registration number or whatever of the brother. So yeah. And there are several photographs here that I've looked at that they all seem to have on these ones sort of a more, I don't know what you call it, but there's more pattern there, a different pattern entirely. And a metal piece appears to be here, where it's embroidered with RAOB GLE. But this bit seems to be pretty much the same. It's hard to tell whether it's exactly the same design as this, because, but you can see the shape, and that is how you can identify what they are. as you saw that he was wearing quite several jewels. There are some wearing quite a lot of jewels. Just one moment. I think this chap's wearing quite a few. And yes, it is actually possible to tell what some of those are, and we might cover some more of those at another time. But if you can see a jewel like that, then your relative has been the provincial Grand Primo of whatever province they were in. So even if you found the jewel and you're wondering what it is, well, that's what it is. So even if you've only got that bit without the rest of it, it still has on the back the information. So thank you for watching.